Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Become an Author podcast. And I'm very excited today. I have on today Coach Marvin King, a master in the martial arts, an author, fitness guru. And so we're really fortunate to have him. He just told me just finished, biking, I don't know, 20 miles now. I think you just did a couple miles this morning just as your warm up. Hey, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Yes, good to be here.
Well, we met, I don't know, what's that, maybe 7-8 years ago?
No, it's coming up about that time. Yeah, I think it was 2019.
Well, and I know that, from that you were featured in the Who's Who in the Martial Arts book, and now you have your own book series. I know you got a couple of books out, and we're really trying to promote martial artists sharing their story. Who are some of the people out there that's doing that? And you're one of those people that we watch you grow, and we see all the opportunities and all the different things that you're doing out there. But first, let's just, introduce yourself and tell us, who is Coach Marvin King.
Yes, awesome. Yep, I am a published author, as Jessie just mentioned. Basically maybe a 5-time published author now. I've been doing quite a few books, and I'm a martial arts Hall of Famer. And as a coach, as Jessie said, I'm a fitness guru. So I'm a kettlebell coach, which I teach basically in my programs, and I'm a wellness coach. So the program I teach basically goes into wellness and kettlebell training, athletic ability, and overall fitness through your lifetime. So so with all that, Amazon #1 bestseller, quite a bit, multiple awards for martial arts, and some things I normally talk about, and that is project management. Okay, I have a master's in project management and a master's in program management, and those skill sets transition very well into organizing programs and getting people the results they want. So that's a little quick background snippet of where I stand and how I help my clients move forward.
And that's really good. And what everyone, I want you to have a takeaway, especially from the publishing side, is wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you have an opportunity to turn knowledge into power. And this is what Coach King has done with his books. The different things he's involved in is how do I turn knowledge into power. And this is a great opportunity to be able to do that. And again, with all your accomplishments and the empowerment, because I've seen you being on several speaking platforms. So let's talk a little bit about that. And let's talk about how has your book given you a voice. You always had a voice, but now your book is a talk piece. You get invited to things that if you didn't have a book, you probably wouldn't be invited to. So the empowerment, then we'll get into the magazine, your article that's in the magazine.
Yeah, that's called, the book is the tool. That is what put it all together and put me out there to explain what I do. Because as a martial artist, people have been doing I've been doing martial arts over 50 years. And I've studied various styles of martial arts, basically Kung Fu. And as a martial artist, we're basically silent as we teach our classes. We run our businesses, we teach our students, and we promote, and we exchange information to help other people. But as you grow in the martial arts and you start to age and mature, you start to delve into understanding deeper concepts of what martial arts are really about. And I found out that through the courses of my fitness programs that I teach with my martial arts, kettlebells, and all types of various exercise programs, I developed this entire new system, which is called the Bowie Kettlebell Club Health and Wellness Program. That's the name of my business. So what we do is we teach a 4-pillar program, and I wanted to get that program out to the public, and I couldn't. I was trying to figure out what's the best way to reach the masses of people. So when I got the opportunity to put together a book, it really helped me delve down and focus into what my program was about. So the book helped materialize exactly what I was putting out there in the public, and it made it clearer to myself and to my students. Since then, I've been able to speak on quite a bit of different platforms, explaining the various concepts of what I teach. And the book has been the tool that opened up many doors to do that.
And everyone has a story. You just have to get it out. Again, everyone, I'm on today with Coach Marvin King. And again, he's a martial artist, a fitness coach, life coach, management, a lot of different things that he has done. But one of the great things that supported him is his book. So we want you to know, if you want to become an author and you have a question, and yeah, hold up that book. You got a copy of it?
I do. I brought a couple here to show. This is the first book published, The Art of Being Well. This is an Amazon #1 bestseller book, published through Elite Publications. And we also, I was also in this book.
The compilation book.
Compilation book. That's me on the corner there.
And the thing about a compilation book is it's really great because you have a group of people that come together and they write together and they receive the benefits from the book, but it's another book to add into your collections of books that you publish, but you didn't have to spend all the money or all the time to bring that together. So that is really great. We have another book that's going to be coming out this year, and we're going to have one of the writers is going to be Grandmaster Mike Stone. So that's book's going to be coming out in January. You can go to our website, Who's Who in the Martial Arts, and there you go down to Elite Martial Artists, click on the button, and it has information about the new book coming out. You can contact me if you are interested in being a writer. We evaluate everyone that's going on and making sure we have good matches for what the title of the book is and what the objective is, of the book. So that was a great one. And you've also been featured in the Who's Who in the martial arts. So and we have, developed these books that you can actually brand for yourself now. You can have your picture on the cover, your name on the cover of the book, and you can now use this book as a branding book for you. And I know for me, if I write a book, I want to send it out to people. I want to give away some books so that opens that door for, number one, reviews of the book. It gives people that opportunity to read about it, to know what I'm doing. And if I want a job interview, I'll send my book out first. And that opens the door up for the job interview. One of the first people I give my book to is my banker. He's got a roll of my books, So it's called Building Relationships. So I got checks coming through, and it's not happening that I got somebody over there backing me up, But that's what the book is. It is an opportunity for you to build your brand in your community, and by building that brand, you become an influencer, and that's what we do. If you're in business, you are an influencer. If you don't have a lot of business going on, you're not doing a lot of influencing. So when people come in to buy your products, your services, you have to be an influencer that they want to, if you're a martial artist, they want to study with you. And when you come out now, you have a book, then that's your credibility factor. That's your influencer, is that you actually, that you have a book. So in your writing journey, what's your message that you would give to other authors, writers, martial artists? What's the message you would have for them in pursuing a project such as writing a book? Because I asked everyone that I asked pretty much says, well, yeah, I thought about writing a book, but I never got around to it. So how you took the action, and you've got results from that. So tell us, how has this book been able to influence you?
Okay, great question, because that's the when you start this journey on writing book, or you understand that there is a need to write your story, and that's what you really express throughout your through Elite Publications. Everyone has a story, and I know I have one, and I've seen other people able to express themselves in a book. And I said, if I want something that's going to go beyond myself and really impact other people's lives after I'm not even here physically. I want my book to go on forever, and I want that material, I want that information to keep going on, that health and wellness philosophy. So the best thing I can say, or the best thing I can say about getting started, is to just get started. Okay, you have to have a deadline, which Lead Publications was very good with putting out a deadline where I had to meet, and that alone pushed me to start putting together things. I started deciding what kind of chapters, what my chapters were going to be. And, eventually the book was going to be over 400 something pages. Okay. Because once you start writing and the information starts to flow out of your brain onto the paper, it's almost it's a part of you. It's like, how can I stop this book? All right. How long do I want this book to go? Is it going to be a novel? Is it going to be a teaching book? All the information starts to come out, but you let that happen. Let it just happen. Just talk it out. Let the pages flow, and then you can organize it later. And I found out that project management skills really came in well with that. But Elite Publications offer a lot of good tools and teaching programs to help you get through those blocks and help you organize the material. So that alone was tough. It wasn't. All the tools they have online with Copilot and Grammarly, all those are really good tools. And now they're even better tools to help you organize your thoughts. So the ability over the last 5 years, the ability to write a book now is actually easier than it was 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay? Oh yeah.
So actually, that's how I was able to put together information from my books and create new material, better and more informed and easier to understand material throughout the course, and I'm writing more and more on a regular basis. So my message is getting out to people. I'm being asked to talk about my teaching methods on different types of podcasts. My brand has been elevated because of the book, and it adds a lot of credibility as you start to teach your programs. So I've been on speaking stages since writing the book to go over the program, and just to be asked to come on stage and people want to actually pay you to speak about your program. That's a valuable. It just feels good that your information is valued enough where people want to monetize that for you, and that's very important. I love that, and that ended up being a big part of what I want to do as I grow from the martial artist into teaching my program and the ability to train other people throughout different platforms. And you have to grow in those areas. And that has really been very important to me, and a lot of fun. And just the whole journey is amazing. Since I've been writing the book, I've been doing lots of different I've been asked to participate in a lot of different athletic things. Like I like to ride the bike. We do long bike rides, 46 miles and so, but we're going to do a 325-mile bike ride. And all these things are going to become part of the wellness program and go into a book. And we're going to do that with podcasts and YouTube and videos. So it never stops. But once you understand how simple it is to get that information, you understand that you can focus down on it. You can create material over and over and over again. So there's going to be a lot more stuff coming out. And make sure you go to coachmarvinking.com and make sure I mention that. That's my new website. It is listed down there. It's up and running. I have a lot of material there. I have videos there, and I have information pertaining to exactly what the program I teach: Qigong, martial arts, self-defense, kettlebell training, and joint mobility, which I see this very hot topic today. Is all over the internet, but we've been doing it for over 20 years. So we're very skilled in getting that information out. And I look forward to getting and talking to anyone who wants to just learn a little bit about the program.
Well, that's great. And as everyone, we're talking with Coach Marvin King, martial arts master, award-winning author. He's actually he's being recognized this year. His book in the Who's Who in the Martial Arts Hall of Honors in Las Vegas, and he's going to be recognized there as an author. He's got other things, credits, but yeah. Oh, yeah. The magazine. I'm glad. I was going to reach for mine. It's down the floor. So I'm glad you have one.
You told me to keep this thing close. I remembered that. So now I got everything ready to show.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, right. That's good. And right. And that's another thing that we've done, at Elite Publications, is to be able to help individuals in that magazine to build their program. And so the magazine is a great tool for that, and being able to be featured on the cover. So if you're a martial arts school owner and you want to build your brand, and this is what Coach King has done. We have, I don't have I told you to have yours close, but I don't have a copy close that I can put my hands on. But this is the Ernie Reyes edition of the magazine. And then what we've done is actually Coach King wrote a great article. You have to read the article in the magazine. Wrote a great article, and then we personalized and created his own personal cover. So now when he's going to these awards events and he's doing book signings and he's doing these other events, not only does he have his book series, but he also has a magazine series. And that really sort of sticks out when someone sees your picture on the cover of a magazine. Now, our magazine is a marketing magazine. Now, I'm excited about the magazine because that's what it does. I say it's not a famous magazine, and a famous magazine is that you got something that only the most elite of elite. They don't. If you're not the elite of the elite, they don't want you. Our magazine, we want you. Because we want to help you build your brand, be a stepping block to move up. So now, when you're featured in the Martial Arts Extraordinary magazine, which is really, I'm not saying I'm impressed with it because we published the magazine, but I'm impressed with the idea and concept that we're opening the door that the average martial artist can grow beyond being average. He's only average because nobody knows about him. He's only average, or she's only average in their community because nobody knows about him. But when you now have the magazine, which you can now put in businesses, you can, you go to a restaurant, they got a magazine stand there, a community magazine. You can put your magazines in the community magazine. You can put them in the gym. You can put them in your barbershop. You can put them in the beauty salon. You can do so much with that. And if you're featured in the magazine, we have a complete marketing program that we can show you how you can earn $10,000 to $20,000 just by featured in the magazine. And if you're a business owner, that's why you're involved in business. You're involved in business to create a revenue source. That's what business is. It is revenue. Someone says, I do this just because I love it, then that's fine. But if you have a tax ID number, you're running a business. And so your business is either making money or it's losing money. You're using marketing tools that are not working for you, or you come up and use a tool like the magazine publishing, which is an easy button for you to be able to share the ideas and concepts about your products, about your service, and about your business. And I know that you have utilized all the resources that you have. Again, going to events. In fact, we just launched a book signing this weekend for Priscilla Oates. And the book is very unique. Your book is about what you do. She was mayor of a town called Princeville, North Carolina, and they accused her of taking money. And she had 17 felonies filed against her, but she was found not guilty because she decided to fight and, to preserve her own honor and integrity. So she won. So she's written a book about that experience. Now, you want a copy of that book too, because how many people have been accused of something and they were not guilty, but they didn't have the ability or the resources to fight back? So this is about, people that are changing your lives. So what can your book, what message do you have about your book that you have experienced that you can do? I've written books on procrastination. My last book just came out this year. Christian book is on procrastination. It's titled "Don't Procrastinate on God." Because I was procrastinating, but my purpose is much higher. So I wrote the book to get an understanding of me. So I'm hoping that it will be able to help, someone else. So, Coach, anything else you want to share? Anything that you want to share?
Oh yeah, I locally I run the Bowie Kettlebell Club Health and Wellness Program. It's a local program, but the program that I'm most popular is the online program. So that way I can reach people in different states, and there are students who have relocated to different areas and have come back. We've been able to get back in touch and train on a weekly 8-week programs, and you don't lose that connection with long-term students. There have been students with me for over online since 2000 and 2011. Okay, we've been online talking about working on programs and working out, and they just love it. So you can get access to that by going to coachmarvinking.com. But I wanted to do things more in the community as well. So I was also nominated to be part of the Reader's Choice Award in the local Bowie community here in Bowie, Maryland. So I'm up for the nomination again this year. I won it last year for people voted the Bowie Kettlebell Club Health and Wellness as the Reader's Choice Award best business in the Bowie Maryland area, which I'm very proud of that. So I'm up for the nomination again this year. And this year we're going to be doing an advertisement. We're going to have the book there. Okay, we're going to have the magazines, all the information that people want to see. We're going to have the programs that are in the 10 pillar program, which you have in the magazine here. It's an article, speaking, kettlebell strength training, joint mobility, qigong, tai chi, self-defense programs. That's what because your martial arts is your background. That's your strongest point. That's what you've been doing the most. But how can you expand on all that knowledge that you have? People want to get this information. How can you expand the teaching programs on getting interest on your program? So getting out in the public, using the book as a tool has been wonderful. It's been great for doing that. So we offer 8-week programs. The next one will be starting towards the end of this month. People can join in the class on a regular basis, 3 times a week. If they can't join, then they can look at the videos. And then we do, they always get a copy of the video of the class. We also have workshops where local folks, and even if you're out of town, you can come and join in. We can do a weekend workshop and train and get real detailed information on self-defense and particular training strategies on how to elevate your particular program. We have an 8-week transformation program. If you're interested in losing weight or you want to get you're trying to train for a certain event, we have the knowledge and tools and the resources to help you train for marathons, bike races. If you want to win a bodybuilding competition, you want to become a beginner martial artist, you just want to learn self-defense, you're going to leave the country for a while, you want to learn self-protection. We have those whole types of programs covered where it just opens the door up for many people. Self-protection is something that you can learn very quickly. A martial artist like Jessie himself understands that you can learn a martial arts program from white belt to black belt, which takes you a certain amount of time to do that. Or you can learn a self-protection or self-defense, like a military-based protection to help yourself when you're body awareness, understanding how to injure and how to avoid problems and how to understand to stay away from certain situations, self-awareness. So we know as martial artists that's another whole area of martial arts where we teach that as well. So these are all great opportunities to get hold of the different types of training programs that we have. But the book and the magazines are the tools. I always have these magazines with me. We're going to be going to Las Vegas next month with the Elite Publications and the American Martial Arts Alliance. And the best place I find to move a magazine or a book is on the airplane. As I'm flying in the airplane. You'd be surprised. Every time I'm on a plane, someone buys a book from me because they're sitting next to me for the same amount of time. And what do we talk about? Well, we talk about my book because it's the best thing going on right now, right? So that just works wonder. And then we take a picture of the book, and I try to get as many folks who want to take pictures with the book, or I send them an autograph, I sign it for them. But it's great information in there about different things that you teach. So it's a great tool to market yourself and to help somebody else. So I look forward to being on the plane.
And that's good. So, when you get down to the bottom line, this is where the bottom line is. The bottom line is that it takes 3. By the time you produce 3 books or 3 products, okay, you're now becoming a brand. And now you're selling books. Now, what I call work is when I have to go out and I got to put a lot of energy into it. What I call making money is when I don't do anything and I get paid. You do it one time and you get it paid. So again, everyone, we're talking about writing a book. We're also talking about monetizing and creating income. So it's not just a book with some papers and things like that. How many people do I reach? And being an Amazon #1 bestseller is really about creating a product that a lot of people want to buy, because Amazon has millions of books out there. So when you now create a book and it becomes in the top 100, now remember, there are millions of books in each category, but when you can launch your book and it can be in the top 100, now if it can be in #1, that's always the great place to be. So that's creating revenue. It's the self-satisfaction of seeing your book there, but you have to work your book. So if you write a book and you don't work your book, then the book doesn't work. Coach King is out there, and as he said, he's got the events. His book is being submitted for awards and book festivals and things like that. You got to work your book. Then you got to let people know you have it. So all that is a plan. It's not just a happen. But, I've written over 30 some books. So, I just wait, each month for the check to come in personally.
Nice
I'm working on my 5th book this year. So I got 5 books I've written this year. Why do you write so many books? So I can get paid for my knowledge. That's why I do it. So again, what I'm going to do is just knowledge, right? And that, the graveyard's the richest place in the land. So again, these are legacy books. So for your daughter, this is inherited property that she inherited. We're going to both be around for a long time, but we're saying that having a book really has value, and having your story and be able to monetize your story, about being able to share your story with someone, is really powerful. I just clicked on a few moments ago. So when we talk about revenue in books, so Amazon KDP, that's one of the platforms we use. In May, they paid out $63.3 million. $63.3 million to authors. Coach King, we're always glad, hey, I'm in that number.
I'm in that number.
So when I look at that number, how much money they paid out, I'm in that number, and I want to get a bigger share, So I want to get a bigger share, of that. So and that's the other thing about it, is you write a book, then you want to monetize it. It's not a giant doorstop. And that's the reason why you need to have a marketing plan. And this is what Elite Publications tries to bring. Just like the magazine, not only do we have the magazine, we have this podcast that we're featuring, on Coach King, to let people know and give him an opportunity for people to see him, to be able to hear him. We have a Roku TV channel. We have all these different tools about how to be able to help you let people know about your book, how your book can impact their life. That is value. So that is value. So if you're looking to become a published author, so remember, reach out to Elite Publications. And that's elitepublications.org. That's Elite Publications with an S.org. Set up a time, a author success coaching session, and we'll be more than happy to share with you, what you need to do to tell your story. Any story can be a book, whatever you're going through with. I was dealing with a situation. I was a little upset with some family members, and I stood up from my desk, and God spoke to me and says, "God forgives, why not you?" Guess what I did? I sat down and wrote the book. What's the name of the book? God Forgives, Why Not You? So wherever you are, there is a book. Whatever you are doing, you can write from that. One book can change your entire life. That one book can change your entire life, that can give you an opportunity to grow financially, to empower your next mission or what your life mission is. That book is able to do that. So Coach King, thank you for being on. Everyone, remember to go to his website, coachking.com. Go to Amazon, pick up a copy of his book, get a copy from his website. If you need some coaching or training sessions, then he is the man. If you want to add a kettlebell training program into your business, your martial arts school, then I'm really endorsing Coach King as that person to be able to do that, to be able to help you. But again, if you want to have Coach King's success, you got to know what Coach King is doing. Write your book. Write your book. That is the starting point that changed your life. And Coach, again, thanks for being on our program. And as always, we thank you and I want to see you in Vegas. So everyone, remember the Who's Who in the Martial Arts Hall of Honors is coming up in Las Vegas, and that's going to be August the 29th and the 30th. We're going to have the Take Center Stage Author's Journey event going on simultaneously with the Who's Who event. So we got a lot of great stuff going on. Join our organization, become a member of our organization. And the way you do that, go to our Who's Who in the Martial Arts.com and you click on the drop down, says memberships. You can become a 1-year member, you can have a lifetime membership, you can have a charter membership, whatever you want, you can have, and we provide that, and we provide that expertise to help you grow your business. Well, everyone, this is Jessie Bowen along with Coach Marvin King. Remember, everyone has a story. You just have to get it out.